Guys, the Browns got some good news yesterday as Maliek Collins was cleared to return to practice, officially activated off the PUP list after passing his physical. He was on an all-pro pace last season with 6.5 sacks, leading all interior defensive linemen before the quad injury last year. G, coming off a serious injury like that, what kind of production and what kind of player do the Browns think they're going to get in 2026 in Maliek Collins when they kind of desperately need some extra pass rush help after the loss of Myles Garrett and Alex Wright, which we'll talk about later in the show?
Yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I told Jason Lloyd is having the best week ever. I can't believe it. This dude, man, out here, they look at him. His victory laps is in.
I don't do victory laps.
No, but it's the mental victory laps. It's your skin is glowing today. Like, you're just like, yeah, man, he's unbothered over here. I'm going to have to downgrade this win-loss total, guys. I'm going to have to downgrade it. And the reason is, and I'm going to tell you, it's really it ain't even really the Deshaun Watson factor. It's the depth factor up front. And one of the things is Maliek Collins is coming back on the PUP list, but let me just tell you something about quads. Quad injuries are career-ending type things. Achilles is tough, ACL is tough. Quad for a big, powerful man that is using explosion to get off the line of scrimmage is difficult to get. That injury ain't something you just come back from, Dustin, real quick, and he's still got to get in shape as a defensive lineman. He's still got to get his win. Bro, he's going to be out there sucking air. His legs ain't going to be up underneath him, and you've already lost some other guys on the outside. So it's a sight for sore eyes, but our goal would be to get him in shape for the first game and possibly rotate him in. I don't fully expect him to be out here making no plays and playing 50 snaps with coming off that injury. I don't see it. But I love it. We need it because Alex Wright is out. But your thoughts, Dustin, on his impact?
You just got to have more depth on that defensive line, and I think it certainly gives you that. But, like, the health is the most concern. I don't expect him, like you said, to come out and play a bunch of reps all of a sudden. Like, that's just not going to happen. It's going to take a little bit of time. But it is going to give the defense another I guess weapon to some degree, more depth. If he can be an interior pass rusher and collapse that pocket, I think it's going to help. Obviously, Verse is going to get a lot of the attention up there on the front of that defensive line on the edge. But I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's good that he's back, and we need all hands on deck. As you're right, I mean, this is going to be a struggle, I think, offensively to score a bunch of points. So our defense is going to have to, I think, carry the weight.
Yeah, Jason, when I look at the defense, I'm preparing myself for this. Like, I think we haven't drilled down on it enough. The Myles Garrett impact, just the familiarity with Jim Schwartz and his defense and what they want to do. Like, I'm watching these preseason games, and I'm not saying that the Browns are going to be terrible defensively, but I'm just looking and I'm seeing holes at linebacker, holes up front in defensive line. You just lost Alex Wright. Denzel Ward usually misses 3 games a year. Like, when I'm looking at these things, I don't think that I can sit here and ask myself to believe that this is going to be the old school Browns defense where they're going to keep a bad offense in games.
You know, I was thinking about this last night when I was looking at the rundown, and this would be outrageous to say a year ago. Do you think the interior of the line will be better than the edge?
Oh, of course. I do.
Like, that's outrageous.
It is.
With where this team was a year ago with Myles. I mean, Myles, it's just automatic. It's the edge. But and your answer actually to Maliek kind of made me rethink that again. But when you talk about Maliek and Mason, I think Mason Graham is going to have a really good year.
Yeah,
so
we need it.
Yeah. So when you talk about like the interior push, I mean, this team obviously didn't feel comfortable about their edge depth even before Alex Wright went down. They were out looking for every veteran on the market that they could find, and now you lose Alex on top of that. I don't know. You know, Verse is going to get, he's not going to get the Myles treatment of triple teams, but he's going to get the same double teams because where else do you fear? And that's why I think that the interior part of this defensive front four could be more impactful than the edge, which is something we haven't experienced in Cleveland since prior to Myles.
Dustin, it was a little bit of breaking news. They brought in Barnett. And I don't know if McNuggets, you have Barnett's stats up. They signed him veteran to come in and kind of, take some snaps up from, Alex Wright. Also, if you guys missed it, they had Mike Hall Jr. on the edge on a couple of plays.
He kind of looked good.
Up Barnett in a sec. I wanted to ask about Mike Hall. He's a guy, and we only have a minute, so make this quick. A guy with burst. And Andrew Berry said during the game with Joe Thomas and Chris Rose, he's one of the few guys that they think could rush from the interior and on the edge on this team. Is his best spot maybe at edge? Because he was an undersized defensive tackle.
He was. He's always been known for the quick burst. And I think actually if he can utilize his strengths as a defensive tackle out on the edge, I think he could be if they were running a 3-4, Mike Hall is definitely a great 3-4 type defensive end.
Yeah.
I just want to know whether or not he has the mobility with the leg to get out there, set an edge, make sure that he can keep leverage. But on a couple of pass rush sessions, I thought.
No, I mean, he's got a motor and he's certainly got some twitch to him. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's give him a shot on the edge.